Unknown murders. All right. Chapter 21, Deuteronomy. Let's say a prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank thee for this very beautiful day. We thank thee that we're able to have a good system in place and a good knowledge of how to move forward. We thank thee for being with us and helping us to be prepared and to get ready for this move. Please help us to get everything done that we need to, and please help us to be wise in our choices and moving forward. We thank thee for thy many blessings, and we thank thee that we're able to be together. We say these things and do so humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. How amends are made for murders by unknown persons. Equity is required in dealing with wives and children. Stubborn and rebellious sons will be put to death.
That's an interesting one. I guess it depends on how stubborn and rebellious.
Yeah.
We have Absalom as a good example of severely stubborn and rebellious.
I don't remember that person.
He will get there. He died.
Okay, that's fair. But is it like, no, I don't want to clean up my room. Okay, you're going to die. Which I highly doubt.
No. Absalom was King David's son, and he was a beautiful guy, and David loved him immensely.
Oh.
But he decided to take over the kingdom and did so by a coup and, tried to kill
story.
David. And,
right.
Right. He ended up...
Okay, details of that later.
Yeah. He ended up getting killed and David
extreme cases of stubbornness and rebellion.
Yes.
Not, I don't want to clean up my room levels.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's going to be, do I have to? It's the person that says, no, I'm going to kill you if you try to make me do it. No.
Yeah, that's not how this works, man.
Yeah. Okay. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known whom hath slayed him, and he could have been trampled by his own horses,
Or he could have just died of a heart attack.
This is true.
Then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain.
The distance too.
So... try to seek for evidence in the area around?
Yeah. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city, shall take an heifer, which hath not been worked with? So a virgin cow who has not done any plowing or other work to produce anything, and which hath not drawn in the yoke.
And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley.
So it's not been plowed, it's not been worked.
Yeah.
Strike, cut, break. Oh, just to break its neck, or yeah.
It is surprisingly easy to do that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, true. And the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him. So this is just a reiteration there. And to bless in the name of the Lord, and by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. Case of assault. Oh. Stroke is case of assault.
Okay. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley.
I think it's interesting that it's saying or that they just broke the neck. Because
it is pretty hard to just completely lob off somebody's neck.
Yeah.
They had to invent the guillotine to do it efficiently.
Well, there was the...
Plus the executioners.
Yeah, there was the...
executioners.
There was a axe sword or something that was used in South America when the... conquistadors, the Spanish, started trying to... Those things were heavy enough, and if they were swung by a strong enough person, they could completely remove a horse's head. But, these things probably weighed 20 pounds and had anywhere from 4 to 10 pretty heavy sharp stones on the sides. So yeah, it can be done, but holy Moses, it takes one heck of a lot of doing. So
yeah,
don't cut the neck, break the neck, which is an interesting thing.
Again, the guillotine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm seeing something. There was something on my eyelash. Still,
And
my glasses are a bit of a mess, but
Yeah.
it's better.
And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it.
Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them.
So be merciful has a footnote of let atonement be made for. So this is a chance to clear everybody in that town, which is the closest one, which may
What
or
if
may not have.
What if somebody was in the field and the person just randomly died of a heart attack? Because would they consider that murder because he didn't kill the guy?
Well, that's what this is covering. They're saying yes, it's possible that someone could have killed them, and maybe that's part of the whole thing.
Figuring out if somebody did actually kill him.
I
That's
guess,
why I'm
but-
asking, because if somebody could say, "You killed my father." No, I didn't. He just plopped over dead.
Yeah. But then you would have that person, and they would have a trial, and they would explain themselves, and then they'd have the character witnesses.
But would they have the city of refuge in that regard? Because even if he didn't actually kill the guy, he witnessed it and was right there, so it could be assumed that he was the one who killed him.
That's a darn good question. I that makes total sense. It's something to say, guys, I found he died. Well, that means you killed him. And no, it could be, but it could also be, he just fell over dead, and
Yeah.
they didn't have the medical knowledge to
Do a autopsy.
right and to prove that. So, who knows? So thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood.
Shalt thou.
So shalt thou. Thank you. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord.
When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive,
And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her unto thy wife.
then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails?
Cut her fingernails back.
Oh. So a manicure.
Yeah, basically. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
That seems a little weird, if not mean.
I know.
Well.
Why did you say that?
To be fair, a widow is not a great thing to be, especially if the woman is young.
That, and it could be, a young maiden who has not been married.
Yeah.
Either way. But
That wording is not pleasant.
yeah, a young girl. But unfortunately, war has some weird consequences. Now, the other side of this that really bugs me is the whole polygamy thing. Honey, I found this woman in the war, and I'm bringing her home. You did what?
Yeah.
Where does that come in on a reasonable basis?
I know that was normal back then, but it's still weird to think about in modern context.
Yes. Don't judge past actions by
Modern standards.
right, because they are in some cases astoundingly different.
Hence why the censoring of the past stuff is like, why?
Yeah, because you're totally missing the point if you don't leave things uncensored.
Sure, it's uncomfortable, but that's because it's our understanding of the
Right,
difference.
right.
Back then, it was different.
And part of keeping that difference is being able to say, we're not living this life anymore, but this is how it has been, and this is why. That's the important part, understanding the why and...
Learning from it.
Right. So...
There was a statement on a Tom and Jerry collection DVD at one point where there's literally an opening with a black woman. I don't remember if she was like the voice actor of the... or something, maybe... Actually, I think that lady died. But the... Grandma Odie or whoever she was great. But she specifically said the episodes featured on this DVD have not been censored so that you can see what it was like back then. We can understand it and learn from it.
Right.
That is probably me botching the quote, but...
Close enough.
Yeah. And I don't know who she was either, but
yeah.
I saw it once.
All right, 14.
And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then that thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
Ooh.
That is a good statement to say.
Yeah. But also, don't treat her harshly.
Good.
But I mean,
at least there's one thing decent in that sentence.
Yeah. This kind of comes back to the shows like The Bachelor, where they bring people together and, yeah, we're going to enjoy each other and we've gotten to know each other so well. And they get divorced within a month because it just doesn't work.
Competition and all that.
Yeah, that too. But
also, since they're on camera, they're probably playing it up and hiding the truth.
Yeah, there's so many levels of wrong with that. But the people who have done The Bachelor started with a show where they literally had like around 50 women, give or take 50. I don't remember how many it was. And they brought in a guy and said, pick one. And he picked this one girl that he thought that was pretty. And I mean, they got married right then and there. And within a week or so, it was annulled because the two of them were not compatible and just had nothing to do with each other.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and that's basically what The Bachelor is. And that's what's happening here. Oh, you're pretty. Let me bring you home. And she is such a very different person than what this man was
hoping for.
Yeah, hoping for and expecting. You're going to be a Jew now, and you're going to live this life. Up yours? No, I'm not.
Well, now they have a new love show called Heart Island. I've seen commercials for it.
Yeah. And it, it's the whole thing of, I expect this kind of a thing from my family. Oh, you're not going to do that? Well, I brought you home. What do we do now?
Let me go.
And that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's an interesting side note.
Something from another movie. This might be a little awkward. The Birds of Groove. He says, "You have a great personality."
Oh yeah, he was rolling his eyes with that. Let me guess, you have a great personality.
And then he says, like,
"Is this the best you can do?" Jinx.
Yeah, that's just wrong for an person.
Yeah, that was basically The Bachelor, to be honest. Just very shortened and compact.
Yeah.
Don't like your hair. Don't like you. Who? Yikes! And let me guess, you have a great personality.
And these poor women are sitting there going,
and one of them almost punched the guy.
Yeah, just...
Good thing that other lady grabbed him.
Grabbed her.
Sorry. Grabbed her.
Yeah,
but there could have been an execution or somebody else thrown out the window.
Yeah. Sorry!
The Emperor's New Groove is great.
It is such a fun movie.
Still wish we could have gotten Yzma's villain song.
I'm watching the game right now. I'm watching the game of that movie.
Yeah.
I still wish we could have gotten a fully animated Yzma's villain song, though, that wasn't officially released. It is such a good song.
Yeah. Oh, well. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, why did you marry two women?
And why did you marry someone you hate?
Well, but I love her. And then you find out.
You like her looks.
Yeah, well, it's despised, disliked. It could be any range of we're not getting along. And, they're anytime you have more than one woman in a relationship, one of them is going to be the first one, and she is going to expect her husband to be faithful to her, and then the second one is never going to get along with the first one. I mean,
Sister wives.
Thank you. Look at the show Sister Wives. The first wife always hated the second wife, and a lot of that boiled down to, you took my man. And how that never really meshed well. And this is what we have here, especially if he brings her home from war. Good grief. Anyhow, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated. 16.
Brain's processing it. Sorry.
Okay, the woman that is not the one that is loved is the first and the most respected and cared about. If she has the firstborn son, the other woman has a firstborn daughter, and then the second one.
So is this sort of like with
Joseph?
Yeah, Joseph being the firstborn son of the
Rebecca,
loved
right?
Wife, but the
Rachel, right.
true firstborn son was
Reuben or Simeon, one of those two, I think.
yeah.
I'd have to go back and look.
Then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
Yeah, so don't do preferential treatment. That's that. Oh man.
Don't have bias.
Yeah. Judge a righteous judgment. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion, which is what all of them have, of all that he hath, for he is the beginning of his strength, his first issue. He's the right of the firstborn is his.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, he will not hearken unto them.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place.
And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
Okay, it's beyond just, he's not doing what we ask. It's, he's wasting our life. He's wasting his life.
His inheritance. Oh, that makes the prodigal son even more interesting then.
Yeah, it does. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shalt thou put away evil from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
The prodigal son difference there is that he had been humbled and he was willing to change.
Yeah, but he also ran away with all of his money.
He was willing to change. The key thing there, I think, is that fact that he was willing to change and be better because he had learned the hardship of reality.
Yeah.
While in this case, it sounds like it's sort of like a kid who stays at home, it doesn't have a job, does not help with housework, right, and is stealing money from the parents, or is just using whatever money he gets to buy drugs and alcohol. Yeah. And that's stupid. That does not sound great. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and he be to be put to death. That is a weird sentence.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
And thou hang him on a tree.
Mm-hmm. And he is to be put to death. He is to be put to death. But either way, yeah, it's a weird phrase. His body shall not remain all night. Ooh, that's interesting. Upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. That is interesting.
Very. So
if you leave them out and they decay in the tree, it becomes a curse.
Makes sense.
I mean, yeah, but that is very interesting.
Yep.
Okay. According to rabbinical commentaries, to leave a body hanging was a degradation of the human body and therefore an affront to God, in whose image man's body was made. So it's more than just the land will be cursed. It's that you're blaspheming God by allowing a human body to decay
in sight of everyone.
Yeah, in the sight.
It's
Wow.
noon.
Alrighty. That was a very intriguing set of information.
Indeed.
Lots
Slightly
of
disturbing, but as well. But
lots of good things to remember. You've got to be good to people. Don't take a woman and then waste her virginity, for lack of a better phrase. And
honor
then,
thy father and mother.
Yeah, and
And what
Yeah.
will your punishment if you don't honor your father and mother?
I mean, admittedly, that's a pretty extreme case, but
Yeah.
still, lots of good information there. So, wow. Okay, tomorrow we have lost property and wearing clothes.
Well, obviously we want to wear clothes. We're not going to be naked. We're not in a nudist colony.
Shoot, I've heard some people talking about how some women especially will go to a gym and wear basically a bikini and a thong, and I'm like, really? They do that? And then I watched that Daily Dose of Internet where the guy is walking through a
Thing eating cake
and offering it to people, and one of those women had on a freaking G-string almost, and it was like, they really do that?
Yep.
You know, I
Ew.
don't believe this, Dad, but there's actually a show that everyone's naked trying to figure out this kind of challenge. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to be naked on television?
Yeah.
Yeah, Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
That one actually is a very interesting show, but it's still
Embarrassing.
it is what it is.
Inappropriate for kids.
It's very inappropriate, but they do try to keep it PG. But it's really interesting to see how not wearing clothes and getting, especially, I watched a section of one time that was like a short or something on YouTube where this one person was just getting eaten up by bugs, and they had to leave because they I mean, it looked like they had smallpox. They had so many
Bug bites.
Yeah.
bug bites on their legs and maybe arms. But yeah, that is an interesting show. But either way,
Not pleasant.
we're going into the laws of Moses about all of that tomorrow. So, or whenever we get this done, because we are so busy.
Yep.
We will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.